You're listening to the Bleach Brothers Podcast, hosted by B-Word and Jake.
All right, welcome into the Bleach Brothers Podcast. This is B-Word. I'm here with Jake. How you doing tonight, Jake?
I'm here. I'm great, like always.
You're so stupid. I'm just so sick of you.
That's why you invited people.
That is why I invited people, because I hate talking to the hater. So we're here tonight with the bottom of the lineup boys. We've had quite a battle with them when it came to some sports talk, and now we kind of have a little bit of a rivalry going on. So we figured, what a better way to do it than to bring them on our podcast. So Will, Tomas, welcome. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having us, guys. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, doing fantastic.
Of course. I mean, it's easy to invite people when you win the war.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure this is a lot easier for you. I mean, it's still a little salty, just being drugged through drugged through it. So yeah, no, it's great. We're gracious losers.
Yeah, no, you are. I'm a sore winner. We talked about that before on the show. But no, welcome in, guys. No. It's good to actually have you on. You know that me and Will, we go back from high school. B-Word's from Pahrump too, but he doesn't pay attention. He was there. Tomas, we met.
I don't claim that I was
on
from
this. There. Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't think many people claim to be
me
from
neither.
There.
No. What? So tell us a little bit about your show, though, guys.
Yeah,
what do you guys
absolutely.
got going on?
So we're just we're a Vegas-based sports show. We talk any kind of sports and sports betting. I mean, we go into anything as deep as you can, whether it's women's Olympic curling or NBA basketball, NFL, and any kind of bet you can find in between. So, I played sports. I played a little sports growing up all through school, and then had a very short professional career after. And Tomas, why don't you tell them about yourself? Nothing. All right, cool.
Like
that's Tomas. Tomas is here for color commentary and nothing else.
Yeah, he was a professional. Bro. He was a professional mime there for a little bit, so he did the little hands.
I like that one.
So where can
what do I do with my hands?
Where can we find your guys' show, and how often are you posting stuff like that?
So we post once a week, and we're on a lot of platforms: Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and I think we're on TuneIn now too. So we're trying to get through on the Amazon and Alexa and all those as well. But all the big main ones you can find us on.
Nice,
Perfect.
Nice. Well,
what are some staples you guys might find on your podcast? What are you guys known for?
So one of the big ones we like to do is This Day in History. So I got a couple for you if I can roll with them. I've got the first color sports broadcast was in 1951. It was a horse race called the Molly Pitcher Handicap in New Jersey. In 1967, we had Eddie Matthews hit his 500th home run for the Astros. And then the following year in 68, Hank Aaron did the same thing with his 500th home run. In 1970, Nixon threw out the first pitch at the All-Star game. And in 81, the All-Star game was postponed 33 days due to a player lockout. And that was This Day in sports history. Did you guys get a chance to watch the All-Star game at all?
No. I never watched any All-Star games anymore. I think they're all stupid.
Yeah. I'm with Jake. I didn't watch it either.
It's interesting because it kind of seems to be the common theme. So yeah, not a lot of people really tuned in, and the most talked about thing other than Shohei Ohtani were how bad the uniforms were.
The uniforms were so god awful.
I saw those. Those were
at least
terrible.
You knew that.
Yeah, they looked
like.
Terrible. Well, I looked it up on here just because, then I instantly just closed my screen because I mean, dude, they looked like somebody cheaply printed and just put it on a bad T-shirt. I mean, what the hell were they?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, and don't you only watch the All-Star game for the home run derby, Will?
I mean that and a celebrity softball game.
Okay.
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's All-Star games in general. I mean, ever since players have sat out, it just seems sort of worthless. They just seem like a waste of time. It's a fan service. I get it. But, people especially now, they don't want to waste their arms. They don't want to waste anything. And that's any sport. It's a grandiose display where they usually have good jerseys until this year. You have a few spectacles and a lot of celebrities show up, and it's a more media than anything. It's almost like a Logan Paul fight.
Oh man, what a great analogy. What a great analogy.
You know how much I hate those fights.
Yeah, no, that is an absolute great analogy, because that's exactly what I think sports has become. It's more about celebrity and shock value. As far as the All-Star games, it's not competitive. It's more for show. And I haven't a huge diehard Dallas Cowboys fan here. I've not watched the Pro Bowl in probably 15 years. It's just not something I want to do. So
and you haven't missed anything for the last 15 years, so you're good.
I haven't missed anything for like the last 30 almost.
If nothing else, I did have the American League reverse run line, so that was about the only worthwhile thing. So I got called a degenerate for betting on the All-Star game, but I mean that's not even the worst thing I've ever bet on.
I wanted to bet on the Derby, but yeah, that's good. Good for you, dude. Keep winning money.
So speaking of shock value and what you're talking about, did you guys were you able to see what Stephen A was running his mouth about Shohei Ohtani, speaking of an All-Star game and all that? What did you guys think of that? I thought that was it was a very interesting stance to take.
I have a hot take. So do you want to go first, B-word, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. I hate Stephen A. Smith. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So Stephen A. can kiss my ass. But let me just say this. In the world that we live in right now, I feel like we say things and then rush to an apology. And while what he said was controversial and maybe he should have apologized, I kind of wish that people would just say things and stick by it, candidly. If that's what you're going to run with and if that's what you're going to be and you're doing it for shock value, at least own it. I mean, Howard Stern did, right? So just be who you are. Yeah, just be who you are. Yeah,
but you can't. This is why he's exactly correct. Okay? Stephen A. is so right on this point. Pull up your big boy pants. And because as Will and we were talking, a little bit on the side note, he speaks English. If you can't, holy crap. If you can't be the guy, look at that. Like, I'm getting so hot on this. If you can't be the guy that states, sorry about that, guys.
For those who don't know, if you're only listening to the audio on this, Jake was tugging on his tuggy or something and lost his phone. It's tremendous. Anyway, go ahead.
So, no, Stephen A's right. I mean, if you can't be a guy that can do the PR that is needed to be the face of baseball, then you're not the face of baseball. If you can't stand up and talk and say the things that need to be said, and you're afraid you might make a misstep, you're not the face of baseball. Yeah, you're the best player in the game right now. I'm totally on that side. But if you can't stand up and be the face of baseball, then don't be the face of baseball. Stephen A is right on this.
Wow. I see where you're coming from, but I totally disagree. I think it's first of all, it's 2021. I don't give a shit if you use an interpreter or not. With him getting crucified in the media, especially because of one slip up like that, I just don't see that that's necessarily the best way for you to say that he can't be the face of baseball. I mean, he's doing something that no player's ever done before. And I mean, we talk about him more than we probably should on this podcast, just because we're both big fans. I think he already is the face of baseball. And, that's all I'm saying. So, I mean, I get what you're saying by not waffling back and forth on what you have to say, B-word. I think that is a good point too, that we always do rush to apologies. It's immediately like say something, then, oh, my bad. Let's not get fired, but I guess I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he's already there. Who cares if you use an interpreter or not? It's not America baseball. It's Major League Baseball.
Right. Cause it's a world sport. It's not like just the US plays baseball. I mean,
and I'm totally fine with that. I think that that's a really good take, but here's where I'm at. And I guess my gripe isn't against the player. My gripe is against the media person. And well, not even the media person, not even, Stephen A himself, more along the lines of where culture is with the media, I guess is where I'm coming from. It used to be where Charles Barkley could make whatever take he wanted to make, and everybody just thought, okay, it's Charles. He's just being a goofball. Mm-hmm. And now he's like legitimately getting canceled. And so that's this fear of cancel culture, especially in sports, especially with the media. I already said that I don't like Stephen A. And I don't like him because he's like a huge Cowboys hater. But here's the thing. He's not wrong on a lot of things that he says. I mean, let's just be clear. He says it as a fact. He says it what he believes, and he's unapologetic. And I like that part of sports. I like that part of the media. And now that we're getting this fear of cancel culture into it, I just don't like that part of it. And that's why I don't want him to waffle back and forth. But yeah, I mean, he's a good player. He's a great player. And there's no reason why a great player couldn't be a good representation of the league.
Yeah, I think he is the face of baseball in the sense that he's already put himself there by the way he plays. The difference is I want his actions and to pull his big boy pants up, like I said, and just take just do it. I mean, if he has to come out with an apology, I don't care. Do that. It just shows me that he's not willing. It's like if he was named team captain and was like, well, it's just because I can't say this or that, then you're not a captain. Just be the leader of the ship. If you're going to be the face of baseball, go be the face of baseball.
Do you think
that's it? Don't back down.
Do you think that there any chance that that's something cultural too, being that
it could be? Yeah, and I totally appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. In college I had a lot of roommates that were Japanese foreign exchange students, and I understand that part. And as you know, Tomas made a good point. This is a world sport. It's not just American baseball. It's Major League Baseball. And so, yeah, I think this could be a little bit of culture. It could be, also maybe, who knows? You know how much politics gets into everything, like everything else. Maybe Japan is asking him, not to.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so, but I just have that feeling like if you're going to be the face and you're going to do it, stand up and do it. If you're not, then you're not the guy.
Sure.
And that's fine. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his. I love what he's doing for the game. I think I'm embracing it. He's enjoyable to watch, but that's where I stand. I'm with Stephen A on this. I think he made a good point.
No, and I think that's a good stance too. Like I said, again, whether or not you agree with it, like I agree. Like I said with you, Brian, I definitely don't. I don't like the run to apologize, but I also think that I just don't think he's right either. But you know what I mean. But like, still, I agree with you on that. I totally understand what you're saying.
Did you guys catch the UFC fight?
I didn't really watch any of the undercards. But I definitely was there for the main event. I know Jess really wanted to see her Irish brethren.
What main event, dude? You had it was like fireworks. It was 2 minutes of ooh ah, and that was it.
I say it's more like a firework.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens. I mean, I think that's like some people are always like, oh, I'm not going to pay the 50, whatever the price is, the $50 because it could last 3 seconds or it could last, like the whole Ronda Rousey thing. I illegally streamed. I'll say it. The main fight. That's all I watched.
Not endorsed.
And then I watched the highlight over and over. Exactly. Essentially, I'm not going to hide it. I totally just go online and find it. I'm not going to pay that because I don't know what to expect. I don't know if the fight's going to be a minute or if it's going to be, an hour.
This is also why Jake never visited any of the brothels in Nevada because he didn't know what he was going to get for the first 10 minutes for that price.
Dude, we're not talking about men and female sports right now. Okay, totally different analogy. But I probably would have broke my ankle backing out of that place too, just like he did. Oh man, that was brutal, bro. I mean, I'm happy my brother couldn't make it to the casino because I was going to bet on McGregor and I was going to bet on him to knock him out in the 4th round. Just to go for it because I think it was plus 1,800.
Is this his last fight?
I can't say I think that it's his last fight. I mean, there was supposed to be a score settled here, and I don't really think it happened. I was very disappointed watching that because that first round was fantastic. It was one of the better first rounds I've seen in a while. I mean, it started out McGregor, it went Poirier, and then, McGregor got back to his feet and then unfortunately ended that way. But I mean, there was a point where if McGregor dug that right hook in there, it was going to be over fast, because no one saw that coming, that ground game from him. And then they started trading blows. And I actually was, like I said, I thought it was a great fight. But to your point, yeah, I mean, some people don't want to pay for it like back in the Mike Tyson days, right? If you got up to go get a beer as the fight started, you missed the whole thing sometimes. So I get that, but I was only disappointed because I really wanted to see that go another 3 or 4 rounds because that was really entertaining.
And for that reason too, like you guys
if
said,
it went another 3 or 4 rounds, though, who wins?
I mean, who knows, right? That's UFC.
If it went 3 or 4 rounds, yeah. I mean, but Poirier was winning that fight. He was winning that fight. He was dominating that. That was the way it was going to go. Oh yeah. I mean, I think McGregor had he came out strong, but he always does. And I think Poirier was going to win that fight after watching that. I was like, man, I was already like, I'm glad I didn't place that bet. Then he breaks his ankle. I'm like, oh, I'm really glad I didn't make that bet. But I mean, the way that fight was going, Poirier was going to win that fight.
So Jake, do you think it's his last fight?
No, I think it should be. That's the problem, right? That's the problem. It's not his last fight because all these fighters, and I'm not saying he's bad with his money. That's none of that, but it's that there's the two side of it, right? They want more money because they're going to keep paying him to fight. He'll make tons of money at the next fight. 2, they can't stop themselves. It's like, remember Chuck Liddell? We all said he
Chuck
should have
Liddell,
hung it up a lot.
Yeah.
And he kept coming back, and you're looking at it, and it's sad. It's
Or
like
Ken
it's like how we
Shamrock.
always want to see athletes go out on top. He's never, and not that he's going out on top in this moment, but he's not done. This isn't his last fight. It should be his last fight, but it's not.
But he's got
Ken
all that
Shamrock,
proper
same
number
thing,
12
too.
money.
What's up?
He's got all that proper number 12 money. Ding, ding.
Yeah, not a bad whiskey, but I mean, it's best moments of the fight for me though was it Poirier's aunt or mom flipping McGregor off? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
When he was yelling doctor stoppage, she's flipping him off.
I kind of think that McGregor, I kind of think Mayweather should hang it up too. In all fairness, I think I liked what Tyson did when in his last fight, the exhibition one against Jones. It was what it was. Like everybody knew what it was. It was just going to happen. But what I really enjoyed about that is it was entertainment. I don't like watching old men get beat up. You know what I mean? Like that's just the thing. And while I like McGregor, while I like watching McGregor fight, I think he's talented. At some point, man, you got to hang those gloves up and get out of the ring.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, fighting is a young man's game.
As long as the money's there and somebody's willing to pay these dudes, they're gonna keep fighting because somebody's gonna pay them. Just look at the Mayweather and that one dude exhibition fight. Like he said, he got away with a bank robbery.
So on the topic of fights, one of the things that Jake and I do on our podcast is we really try to talk about entertainment. We try to talk about things that rankings of videos and different things like that. So do you guys have a favorite fighting movie? And if so, I just want you to say what it is. I want you to justify why that's yours. And then if we hate on you, we're going to hate on you. But
yeah, no waffling like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, exactly. So Will, you got a favorite fighting movie?
I do. 36 Chamber of the Shaolin.
I have not watched that.
No. So you can't even hate on it.
I can't even.
I mean,
hate on
you
it.
could. It is a
Hey.
super corny, dubbed over kung fu film. It's a Shaw Brothers film. And I think I actually really got into it when I was younger and I started listening to Wu-Tang a bunch. And then I was like, man,
Wu-Tang.
yeah, Wu-Tang. And I think that's actually what kind of really got me more into the kung fu movies or whatever was the Wu-Tang Clan. And then I just fell in love with it. My grandpa used to watch corny kung fu movies, and I just thought they were great. They were kind of awesome when you'd see all that crazy shit they do.
You know what channel it's on, B-word? The Hayat
It's on the
channel,
Hayat
bitch.
channel.
That's right.
It's on the Hayat channel.
Exactly. I love the Hayat channel, dude. If you guys haven't checked it, Will, if you like corny, have you watched the Hayat channel?
No.
Oh, if you have Sling or anything, it's
Yeah.
freaking great. Watch Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon. I've been trying to get B-word to watch this movie. You like corny kung fu movies? It's amazing.
I love it.
All right, Tomas, what's your favorite fighting movie?
So for my favorite, I'm gonna have to go with the classic Martin Scorsese, Raging Bull, the boxing movie.
Oh, you know what? No, shut up. I knew somebody, one of you two assholes,
He
was going
phoned
to
it
be
in.
Raging Bull. Everybody picks, some asshole picks that. You're that guy at the bar that, we're all talking like actual film, and then you're like, well, Raging Bull's the best. Why is Raging Bull your favorite fighting movie? Let me hear this bullshit.
It's a good fucking film. That's why.
I really kind of wanted you to
my
say it because
God.
it's the only one I've seen.
No, that's not
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it's that movie that everybody says they have to like, right? It's like when you argue baseball movie. Me and B-Word did this when talk baseball movie. Field of Dreams. Shut up. No, it's not.
Field of Dreams is the shit.
But if
Call me
build it,
dick.
they
It's still
will
not the
come.
best movie. Still not the best. All right, my favorite fighting movie, Bloodsport. I'm gonna go with a classic. Freaking great film.
Shit.
You know what? My second one was? It was Kickboxer with Van Damme in it as well.
That's not
I
a bad
love
one. I like
Kickboxer.
that.
I love
See,
Kickboxer.
with the
dude.
glass
That's a
on the
good one.
fists. Classic.
Yeah.
See, when
So,
my
okay,
favorite movie, it's watchability, it's people that you like in it, and how often can you throw it in? Like, you know what I mean? If I had it on VHS, you wouldn't be able to see it like a bad porno. It'd just be worn out.
I mean, speaking of a bad porno, my favorite movie is Cinderella Man. So Russell Crowe. I love Cinderella Man.
Dude, you get off to Russell Crowe. That's so gross.
Only in Gladiator, bro. And so, but here's the thing. I mean, Cinderella
you
Man's a
got
great
me,
story. He's it's a time period story. So they bring you into everything in that day. The fights matter. You buy into the fight. You realize why he can't lose the fights. The fight scenes are okay. I mean, they're not the greatest, but they're also not terrible. And it's also a biopic, so you can't really go wrong with a true story either.
Honorable mention: Never Back Down.
Oh, fuck you, Jake. I was just gonna say that.
It's such a shitty teen fight movie. It's like Fast and the Furious, and a teenage drama had a gay baby, and a little crappy UFC fighter came out and wanted to kick me in the face. I like that movie. It's so bad.
I love how on Facebook people would share that one scene where the dude's coming out and doing all these moves and kicks and then the white guy kicks him in the face and like, oh, a Marine does this. No, it's not a fucking Marine, dude. It's Never Back Down. Like, at least give it the proper title.
Right.
But man, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, what's her name? Amber Heard. She was so hot in that movie. Oh,
Never Back Down is like the Tokyo Drift of fight movies.
Yes,
it's like you know you shouldn't like it. It's like eating toast in the closet. You shouldn't do it, but you're going to do it anyways. You're going to watch it, and if the wife walks in, you go, "Oh, I was just trying to find something else." Like and that's what it is.
It's the Fast and Furious of fight movies. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's all about family.
I mean, I really thought Jake was going to go with $1 Million Baby. I don't know why, but that just
never seen that movie. Never seen that movie.
It's actually pretty good, Jake. You should watch it.
Hillary Swank is ugly, so I won't watch that.
I love that.
She was kind of
Office. You know when they do in The Office when the whole office is divided on whether she's hot or not? Every time I see Hillary Swank, that's all I can think of.
Yeah, dude, she's got horse teeth, dude. I'm not a fan. Give her a carrot. If they made a Mr. Ed reenactment film, she could star in it.
Well, it'd be a pretty tight race between her and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, no, that's an ice troll, dude. There's a total different creature there. Ugh.
I don't know. Was it Boys Don't Cry that Hillary Swank was in?
Yeah, where she has a penis or something.
Yeah, that's her hottest film right there.
That should tell you. That should tell you enough right there. Her hottest film is where she has a penis.
I feel like there's wrap up music.
If she has a penis, it's the hottest film she's in. You hear how ridiculous you sound right now.
I'm just saying, man. Like she was a hot for dude.
I'm not down with this conversation. I'm totally done with this conversation.
Yeah, I feel like the fight movies got real south real quick.
They did, right? So another staple to the Bleach Brothers podcast is we like to play games.
Okay.
So we play a few games on our podcast, and one of the more recent games that we've played is Would You Rather. So I'm going to toss a question out there, and let's just go round table. So we'll go first question to Will, and I'm going to say, Will, would you rather root for the Seattle Seahawks or for whatever team is going against the Vegas Golden Knights?
I'd rather root for the Seattle Seahawks.
Why?
Because he likes losing.
I don't know. I guess it's one thing to root for a rivalry. It's another to root against your team. Maybe I guess that's the best way to put it. And I can't stand the Seahawks. And that's only as of a recent thing, right? Because of the rivalry that comes up. But I think I'd rather root for the Seahawks than root against my team.
Fair enough.
It's only become a rivalry recently because the Seahawks pretty much sucked.
Yeah, right.
For a long time.
People didn't know they existed.
All right, Tomas, would you rather get rid of, so you have to choose a sport to never follow, okay? Would you rather never follow baseball or never follow football?
Football.
Why?
I don't know. I think in recent years it's been getting kind of soft, in my opinion.
Yeah, it sucks now.
Yeah,
it does.
It's all about the offense, all offense, and defensive games that seem boring to people, even though some of the greatest games of all time are all defensive battles where it's a struggle to score.
The no fun league.
Well, you can't even tackle people.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a joke.
If you hit them too hard, it's a flag on you. Like unnecessary roughness. Like what? Why? This is the game. This is what you play. That's how you play. But so yeah, that one's pretty easy. I'll go with NFL because it's been shit for the last couple years.
Is that NFL or is that all football? College football?
Just football in general because it's football and baseball. So college, whatever.
You can get rid of college too. That's fine.
See, I would have just changed the letters and said football.
Football, yeah, exactly.
I never
That's enough.
Soccer.
You watch your damn mouth.
I would have cheated and picked out
Sure.
that pansy sport.
All right, last one to complete my circle. Jake, you have to choose one sports movie that you can only watch ever. So you can never watch another sports movie. So the movies for you to choose from are The Little Giants, Little Big League.
Little Giants.
Why?
Because some weird reason, when I was like 8 years old, I think when it came out, I had a crush on the main chick in that movie, the little girl, and she's ugly, and I don't know why.
Hillary Swank?
Yeah.
Is that Hillary Swank?
No.
Okay, good. Thank God. I was really mad for a second. No, that's why. Little Giants, that's easy. All right, so I'm going to go with B word first, actually, and this is going to tie into what we just talked about. B word. If for the rest of your life, if you had to bang Hillary Swank, are you banging Hillary Swank from $1 Million Baby, but she has a penis? Or banging Hillary Swank the way she looks in Boys Don't Cry, but she doesn't have a penis?
I'm going to go with the no penis.
Wait,
You're
retracting your
on
step
that one
ahead.
now. Now, you're Stephen A. right here.
I was
you
talking
waffled.
looks. I was talking
You
looks.
waffled.
I was talking looks.
Yeah, your dick's never getting hard from that, dude. There's no way that gets you going.
All right. Yeah. Well, you're probably fair there, but they make pills for that, so I could push through.
I don't even think a pill could help me out with that one. Will, I'm gonna be easy on you. Do you want to die by drowning or die by fire?
It'd be the worst is drowning in a pool of fire. Which would I rather do? Drowning, for sure.
Drowning?
Yeah.
Is it because you hear like the euphoria thing, or is it because you just are?
No, I've never heard of that. Now that's just an added bonus. Let's go. That's like an autoerotic asphyxiation.
You're like the guy in Nip Tuck with the belt. See, and I'm glad you answered that way, because me and B were going to show up and do a ritual after this, You have to stay, but I guess we don't have to now.
I mean, I guess I'm just going to have to get after it underwater there.
Tomas, would you rather have only big toes for fingers or a pinky toe for a dick? And don't say you already have that, because if you already have one of these things, this is a problem, and I don't want to know about it.
So what was the first one? Because I'm picking the first one.
Are you stuck on a pinky toe dick? You're stuck on pinky toe dick, aren't you? No. Do you want to have the thumb toe, the big toe?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to have but all your fingers are thumb toes?
I'll do that. All my
so you're walking around
thumb toes.
You look like a fucking toad. You're just like walking around thumbing everything.
Yeah, but like at least then you have 10 opposable thumbs. Who knows what you could do? Like
no,
all
you
your
don't.
things unlocked.
Dude. Yeah, that unlocks like a secret galaxy. Like all of a sudden you're the ultimate power. I am Toe Man.
No, and then with the shape of those, I could just draw me your favorite Mario character on my hands at all times. Maybe little toads.
Herpadick? You're talking about Herpadick. I hate that character. That character sucks.
Don't get on toad.
Herpadick sucks, dude. He is a fucking virus.
I mean, he's a fungus.
If you have all toe fingers, does that mean you can like hold an infinity stone or something?
It means you got some fucked up gloves for shoes.
Dude, you know what kind of gloves you can have? Like, those shoes those assholes wear that like is all like the little toes and stuff.
Yes.
It looks like they're like web feet. You could walk around with those all the time.
So you'd have to buy 5 sets just to cut it all.
Wait.
Just cut them out and get them made.
Wait, let me ask a clarifying question, because this might make a difference for Tomas. So, we'll still go with the pinky toe dick, okay? But are these Shaq's big toe? Because Shaq's big toe is nasty, dude. Do you want 5 of those on your hand?
Yeah, but it's big, so it's just big and nasty.
But could you imagine wiping your ass with 5 of Shaq's big toe?
That's why you just stick the whole thumb right in.
I was gonna say maybe he's into that.
Could you imagine if you found out new things about yourself trying to wipe your ass? Like all of a sudden you're just losing toes up in there every now and then. And you're just like, oh man, this doesn't work. You would totally buy a bidet the next day if you had thumb fingers.
Not even the next day, within an hour.
You're taking Swan Man and trying like
Dude, you'd have to wipe your ass with Q-tips. It's just not going to work. You know, here's the shitty thing. I'm going to make a confession. You know why you got the toe question, Tomas?
Why is that?
Because I'm not very intelligent, and I heard your name and just thought Tomas. I'm good.
Oh,
That's really what fucking happened.
Word association. That's what you.
Wow,
dude. I just went there.
Wow.
I mean, it's an easy move, I guess. It's not
Yeah,
the only
dude.
natural question to ask, I guess.
So that's that's our game of would you rather. So let me ask you this: do you guys have any would you rather's that come to your mind that maybe you want to get to know Jake the Hater and B Word a little bit more?
Actually, I got one for Jake real quick. Since he's the cook, would you rather lose your sense of taste or lose your sense of sight? Sight.
I enjoy food too much. I enjoy looking at things. But okay. Oh, all right. Caveat to this: was I born blind, or was I able to see for a while?
No, you were able to see, and then you lost it.
All right, perfect. Yeah. See, I've already seen tits, so I'm good. I've seen tits before and ass. So I totally want to be able to taste food for the rest of my life, because you know what? I'm gonna get uglier too. I don't need it. I bet you guys are sick of looking at me. I don't want to look at my face forever either.
I've turned it off right now.
Yeah, I
You guys
do
are
too, 'cause
assholes.
you're fucking ugly, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck you guys. You know what? Everybody's sucking.
So the only one I can think of right off the top of my head for would you rather is
this one's for B-Word since we got Jake.
yeah. Would you rather be a famous Olympic athlete or would you rather be a highly paid average athlete?
So by famous Olympic athlete,
Like one of the greatest of all time kind of thing.
like, do I end up with a drug dependency afterward and like have no
No.
money?
No, you're one of those women. You're one of those dudes that turned into a woman and started lifting weights, bro. You tucked your dick like Buffalo Bill and lifted a barbell.
I'm gonna go with a mediocre professional athlete.
I think that's a good choice. I think it's a good choice.
And I'm not even gonna explain why. I'm not even gonna explain why.
You don't even have to justify. I'm totally fine with it.
Sorry.
No, and then I would say the only other one that we like to do is we sometimes do rapid fire questions. I would say the one that I really like to do, we'll just do a quick one. It's for both of you. If you were a professional athlete, what would be your walkout music? So you have to pick one song. It'd be your walkout music. This is one of my favorite ones because I think it's fun when you say what it is and then the reason why, because I think it tells you a little bit about a person.
Let me put a caveat on that if you could.
Uh-oh.
So I want Jake to choose mine.
Okay.
And I'll choose Jake's.
I like this.
And then we can turn it around and we can give you what we would choose for ourselves.
B-Word gets Prince Sex Shooter.
Why?
It's a great song. And I want another side note on this question. Do you get to walk out to the whole song, or is it just part of it and when you're there, or is it like the whole song?
It's just part of the song. It's not the entire song, so it's just pieces of it.
Sex Shooter, Prince. The name, everything about it. Prince Sex Shooter.
Nailed it.
Okay. I'm going to say that Jake walks out to the NWO theme music, New World Order. And not just the New World Order, like the Jimi Hendrix style of Hulk Hogan's ring music. And the reason for that is because I think Jake would be a villain enough to rock it, but at times he could also be a hero enough to rock it too.
Thanks.
That was really heartfelt.
That was the sweetest thing ever. Yeah, dude. The worst part is my stupid brain. All I heard was Rocket, and then I thought of the Red Rocket joke from South Park, and the whole moment just went downhill from my mind. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens on our show. So,
all right, man. So, Jake, which one would you choose for yourself?
If I could go back on the rule and do the whole song, I would do Weird Al Albuquerque, because I would want everybody in the crowd to listen to 14 minutes of nonsense. But if not, it would actually be Michael Jackson Beat It. When I used to pitch in high school, I would actually warm up with headphones in and listen to Michael Jackson when I was warming up on the mound.
Oh, nice.
This is hard. I've been thinking about it for a minute. Styx Renegade.
Okay.
I think it's a cool song. Obviously, it has the 80s flair to it, hairband a little bit. Actually, it's more late 70s, early 80s band, but good intro, good music. I think it's fun to listen to. Pumps up the crowd.
That and because you're
Will, what's yours,
man?
That's right. What's
your guys'? I'm sure you've talked about it on your show before, but what are you walking out to?
We have and mine. I may have tipped my cap to a little bit earlier. Mine's Shadow Boxing by Jizza.
Okay.
And then when last time this was asked, I said Ambitions as a Writer by Tupac.
Oh, I like that one.
That's a good song. It's a good song.
I like that one. So, Jake, which one would you pick for Tomas?
I was trying to think of a song like with Toe Jam, but I would do the Earthworm Jim Sega Genesis intro music.
I knew you were going
to be honest.
I knew it. I knew it.
Everything.
I seriously would. I mean, that's a great song. And then Will, I'm actually picking like something by Mozart or something. I don't know why. I always had an appreciation for you with golf, and I think of it as I think you're higher class than I am. I'm just being honest. I don't know why. You just seem more high class than me. I mean, have you listened to me on this podcast? I sound like a fucking train wreck.
You are a fucking train wreck, Jake.
You know, I feel like I may have dodged a bullet. I was waiting for you to come in with something like "It's Raining Men" or anything. So
you're not cool enough for you're not cool enough for gay bar music yet, bro.
You guys haven't asked me the question yet, Will. So don't get all comfy because I would choose "Barbie Girl" by Aqua for Will.
Oh, totally.
And why not? That's my
I'm
question.
not even gonna argue.
Why not?
Because I'm enough of a hero to rock it.
Then I'm gonna go Jenny from the Block for Tomas.
I want to change my answer for Will. I want to do "Spice Up Your Life" by the Spice Girls now because he looks like a ginger spice.
Here we went. This went.
It went downhill.
Spice.
Yeah, from Mozart to because you're high class to it's Spice Girls.
Dude, I used to
because my mom's British, right?
Spice Girls. Oh, I didn't know that, but cool. Yeah. No, I mean, it went downhill just like everything else does, dude.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Well, I'm not gonna lie, boys. This has been a lot of fun. We'll definitely have to do it again, and I had a blast. I hope you guys had fun. We're looking forward to definitely doing this again. And anything else you guys want to exit on?
No, thanks for having us, and thanks for joining ours. I mean, this simulcast, whatever we want to call this, was a lot of fun. I think we learned a lot about each other. I'm sure your fans are going to be big fans of ours, and hopefully, be sure, guys, if you're listening, to check out the bottom of the lineup, and hopefully you check us out too. And check out, we're on everything just like you guys. So anything else you got, B-Word?
Yeah, just follow our socials at Bleach Bros Podcast or at Bleach Bros Pod, depending on what platform you're on. Make sure to follow the hashtag Bleach Bits. We put out a little bit of a snippet of a show each week, so that way we can entertain you with a shorter video. I would be remiss if I didn't end this with Jake's little saying that thanks for the dirty talk and let's get sanitized.